NERDSoul.
Woo! Ha ha! Late ill kid at OneYoungsta. Hold it down. Bringing that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people? Today, another wonderful episode of Doppio Dope. Myself, NERDSoul Light, and the awesome, magnanimous Clement Bryant. What's up?
I'm tired as usual, but no, I'm good. I just it's been a little while. I'm like, my birthday is tomorrow, so
Oh, what? Oh,
yeah. So like trying to, I'm not really gonna do too much because of, the COVID situation, but
True.
I'm just gonna chill and just kind of enjoy myself a little bit. But yeah, man, things have just been a little crazy right now, but yeah, things are good. So we should probably get into. Oh no, what's the little man doing?
This boy's trying to start his own segment.
Peanut butter and jelly time?
Yeah, he got that PB&J. He been holding on to that for like an hour or so.
Give him his own show. Yeah.
Speaking of good things, or at least new developments, you sent me a link today, and I'll run a little bit of the article. Batwoman casts Javicia Leslie as new series lead. They say Batwoman has found its new series lead with Javicia Leslie, set to step into the cape and cowl for the show's upcoming second season on the CW. She said, "I am extremely proud to be the first Black actress to play the iconic role of Batwoman on television. And as a bisexual woman, I'm honored to join the groundbreaking show, which has been such a trailblazer for the LGBTQ plus community," she said. And she's gonna portray a new character on the show named Ryan Wilder. She'll be likable, messy, goofy, untamed. She will be nothing like Kate Kane, which is of course the young lady that was already Batwoman. Yeah. I guess they had to make sure they won't know nothing alike. The woman who wore the bat suit before her, with no one in her life to keep her on track. Ryan spent years as a drug runner, dodging the GCPD and masking her pain with bad habits. With that said, they go on to talk about how, she's that person out there with a heart of gold. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
I guess she just needs a chance to put on the suit, and then she's gonna be all right. So, with that said, how are you feeling? Because I know there's a lot of people out there that's like,
bro. To be honest, I can't talk about my work too much, but let's just say, if you ever watched a show called God Friended Me, she was one of the leads on God Friended Me.
Okay.
And she played.
I watched a little bit of that show.
Yeah. So she had a storyline on that show in season 2 where the character had got cancer, and literally her acting on that show was spectacular. And she's always been that kind of character. So I was very surprised, but not really because of the Berlanti connection, because he also did God Friended Me before it was canceled. And he does Batwoman too. So I really am very happy about this news, because there was a rumor that went around, maybe I want to say 2 or 3 weeks ago, that Vanessa Morgan, who is on Riverdale, was being looked at to be the new lead. Especially after around a couple of days later, when she was talking about how she was the lowest paid cast member on that show. So I was like, okay, that could be one way. But the fact that they went with Javicia is very reassuring, because she's a strong actress. She's in a movie called Always a Bridesmaid on Netflix with Jordan Calloway on Black Lightning. So
okay.
She's pretty good in that too. So I'm very happy about this news. I'm happy that they picked a Black, bisexual woman to play this role. I am very, very, very happy about it. Like, everyone that I know, immediately as the news start dropping, everyone was hitting me up and being like, "Yo, do you know about her? Do you know about her? Do you know about her?" I was like, "Yeah, she's gonna be amazing." And she's super nice as far as I've heard. So I think this is gonna be a really, really good move for the show.
All right, cool. Now, as someone who hasn't watched frame 1 of the show, I do That one's yours. All right, so someone who hasn't watched frame one of the show. Mm-hmm. I don't have a lot of investment in this. It does seem like CW is trying to ride the wave on this one. Not to say that old girl can't act. I ain't got nothing to do with her acting skills. It seems like they're trying to ride the wave on this one. But I get, even in trying to ride the wave, sometimes we can find a way to win.
And I think that's the key here, because especially like when the rumor was that they were looking at Vanessa Morgan, I was like, okay, they're looking at a woman of color from Ryan Wilder versus going with someone who can just, duplicate or fit into the mold of Kit Kane and what Ruby Rose did. So I think, especially as we've seen that in the past, CW wasn't really that's all focused on diversity in their shows, especially, shows like The Flash. But when they started doing Legends and they started taking that in a different direction, you could see like where they were going to go with it. So, like you said, I think this is like, even though it seems like, they might be riding the wave, that's a win for us. You know what I mean? The fact that and especially the fact that this is our second show now that has a black lead next to Black Lightning.
Yeah.
So I'm happy about it,
Now the only thing is, this show isn't run by the Achilles. So that's a whole nother thing.
That's a whole nother thing.
I'll say this up front. Black folks that's watching Black Lightning and loving that, don't jump over to Batwoman thinking you're going to get the same flavor, because it's not a guarantee. It's not.
That's another thing that we're
not to hate on Batwoman's writers, just saying it might not be a guarantee you're going to get that flavor.
Right. I will say, though, the fact of the matter is that things are kind of low-key right now in entertainment, especially in TV right now. They may be hiring for more people, Black and POC people, behind the scenes for the show, because now they're going to need it, especially with someone like Ryan, who is not only Black, but she's also LGBTQ+. So they're going to need different voices to kind of write who this character is. And especially, I think they're under increased pressure to pull this off because of everything that happened with Ruby behind the scenes, but also, two, you're basically kind of getting rid of the Kate Kane storyline and bringing someone brand new who's not even in the comics lore. So they're going to have to step up to be, if they have any hope of pulling this off.
To a certain degree, it's good because it's weird. It's good and it's bad. It's bad because people are going to hate on it. Me, I've never cared enough about Batwoman to care one way or the other. Mm-hmm. It's good because you're bringing someone who isn't tied to the comics, so you ain't got to hear nothing about she was this tall, or she was this short, or she was this fat, or she was this skinny, or she was this brown,
she was strong. It's like they can do what they want.
You ain't got to hear none of that.
Yeah.
You got to hear none of them arguments. We can do what we want. This is a brand new character. I don't want to hear it. And then however she comes into the bat suit is how she comes into it. I don't know, maybe she, she's kicking it and she's like, oh snap, this is a suit and it looks nice. And I don't know. I don't know.
We'll see. It's like, go ahead.
The issue, my main issue when I look at Javicia, because I think, isn't Javicia also on, hold on, let me look her up and make sure. Because I thought she was on the Have and Have Nots, but I might be wrong.
I think she is. I think, was it Have and Have Nots or I think it was another show? I know it was on BT. I'm trying to remember which one it was.
Yeah, I can't remember what show she was on. But with this, I like her, but once again, depending on how they play her physicality,
right,
we're still looking at someone who's kind of undersized.
Well,
but we don't know what her fighting style will be like. If her fighting style is
the family business.
Okay, sorry. Cool. If her fighting style is different, then that might be something that's completely out the window. Don't have to worry about no way.
And I think
it's riding the wave, but she can act. And it's a good thing because you don't know who this character is. The character can be whatever we want. One thing that does worry me is how hard they're leaning on LGBTQ Sometimes when you lean hard on that, is because you want the support because you haven't done the work to write the character well. But we don't know. We don't know yet.
I will say I agree with that.
But sometimes that be happening like, yo, we got somebody black. Look, we got somebody black, and it's like, yeah, but they're horrible.
See, and I agree with that. In before shows like this, it'd be like that one token friend, that token black friend, that token. Oh, he's the gay friend or she's the gay friend. Mm-hmm. Here, I think it's different because that's been in its DNA from the beginning with Ruby. So, I'm speaking of someone that liked what Ruby did in the crossover coming into the show. Midway through the season, I kind of fell off. I was like, it kind of like got a little stale for me, but I still like what she was doing. So, that I feel like is going to be there, especially the fact of we have people behind the scenes who are LGBTQ. I think so. I think that's not going to be an issue with this. From what I've seen. I think the one thing that a lot of people are focused on right now is the fact of course, there's Black Jewish people, like, you know, that is a thing, but people are concerned that, hey, they're getting rid of Kate Kane or her Jewish heritage. So that's one thing that I'm like, yeah, but we'll have to see because we don't know. We only know.
Yeah, and technically, Kate Kane isn't there anymore, or well, we don't know how it's going to end up. You know, maybe Kate Kane is like, I gotta go, and I'll be back one day, and she's just like, whew, and just like, I don't know how they're gonna write it.
Like, I think the one thing that we, as far as entertainment journalists, bloggers, videographers, and even just fans, we need to keep an open mind. Yeah, because I've already looked at all the comments. I've already looked at a lot of people who are like, well, Kate Kane's white, Kate Kane's red hair, or
it's like this ain't Kate Kane.
Hair. Like, it's not Kate Kane.
Yeah, it's not.
And
Kate
a lot
Kane.
of people, but like, regardless of the fact that people are not, that's not clicking for them. So they're like, well, characters, even like Black woman or Batwoman, regardless of who she's, Kate Kane, white, or she should be white, blah blah blah. She should be Jewish, blah blah blah. I'm like, we don't know. We need to keep an open mind because this, as far as superhero TV is concerned, I don't think has been done. Introducing someone that's brand new as a lead for a show like this.
I don't think so that I could think of. Nah. I will say this. With them saying that Batwoman isn't black, I explore all angles, so I'm just going to say this. Would they have an argument at all, since we have seen similar arguments for other demographics online saying, if you're not this, you shouldn't play this? Now, that person is a character that someone's playing as well. So would they not have an argument now? Would it be a messed up argument? But would it also be an argument that someone else started that they're kind of jumping on? For me, I don't care either way.
I don't care.
I don't care either way, but I do think that when I see those arguments online, I'm usually like, man, that's stupid. But then what I've seen over the weekend, I'm like, it's hard for me to hate on them.
What you mean?
You got this too. You gotta give to get. But
I mean, it's just. Go ahead.
But with that, I mean, if you were to approach it logically and flatly, they would have a leg to stand on. But outside of this, I would want to ask you this: you were watching Batwoman, you fell off. Is this enough to bring you back?
Yes, because one, I'm a personal fan of Javicia.
All right.
Two, I want to see what the approach is.
Okay.
Because it's not like they took Kate Kane and made her black, right?
Nah. At least we don't hope so.
Well, we'll see. But like, this is a brand new character. I want to see what the approach is going to be, and I want to see how she's going to fit in with not only the established Batwoman cast, but also when they start doing the crossovers. Because I read earlier that she's going to be part of the next crossover. So the Batwoman character is going to be a part of the next crossover. So I want to see, and also the fact that she's worked with Jordan Calloway before, because he's on Black Lightning, gives us credence to say, hey,
and we know Gotham is there.
Right. They might do a crossover. Could you imagine a crossover between Javicia Leslie's Batwoman, Ryan Wilder, Black Lightning, all the black people on Flash, and like that would be ridiculously amazing.
And
if they did something like that.
To CW's credit, this is a casting of a black woman that isn't quintessential CW.
That's the key.
Which is very interesting because Black Lightning wasn't supposed to be on CW at first, so we can't really count that.
But it is now, though.
It is now. But this is something that was on CW when they casted her. And this is not to diss any of my other sisters. Black is beautiful from all tones. This is coming from a statement that though black is beautiful in all tones, when it comes to television, especially with CW, there is only a few tones that are ever seen.
Right.
And this black woman is what I call visually black. You don't have to squint and wonder if, maybe she's mixed with. No.
I get what you're saying.
She's black.
And
am I down for that? Yes.
Right.
I've never watched the show. Would I watch it now? I'll peep out the first episode. I hope they step up their production game so it looks a little bit better than like.
See,
when I saw Batwoman, it looked like the rest of their production budget was gone with like Flash and Arrow, and it was like, all right, here, see what y'all can do with 500. Like it.
I mean, but that's across all CW shows, and that concerns me. Now we'll get like, I don't want to distract from the main conversation, but like now, CW renewed Stargirl for a second season, but it's leaving DC Universe. So now it's an official CW show. So we see the production value.
So what are they doing with
like
DC Universe then? Are they just going to close it?
DC. Well, that's been a lot of because like Doom Patrol's on HBO Max, Harley Quinn's gone on HBO Max. So like that is possibly a thing, but like regardless of the fact, that does worry me for Stargirl because something like that and a lot of like while the CW shows, but some of them are well written, some of them but like one thing that I will say is none of them have a high quality production budget. They might have started that with the first season of Arrow, but that's kind of gone down ever since. And so I think the one thing that like they're gonna really have to step it up in all parts of the show. If they have one of getting lapsed viewers back from season one, people who dropped off like me, two, people who want to see good representation, they're gonna have to step it across the writing, production value, behind the scenes stuff. There can't be any drama, there can't be anything going on to this. Writing, they're gonna have to step it up a little bit.
And I know y'all are pushing the LGBT route. Cool. Make it seem believable, at least from the trailer. I remember seeing the trailer, and I saw Kate Kane and the doctor girl or whatever, the girl that she was with, the black girl she was with in the trailer. I don't know if she's in the show, but I was like, nah, I don't see it. Y'all should have casted someone else.
Before I fell off, they were like exes, and
I was like,
and the accent went to go actually, yeah. So
not even as exes. I don't see it. I don't see how y'all struck up a conversation. I don't see it.
But I mean, but that was a complaint of Ruby Rose. They felt like her performance was a little like stilted, stagnant. It wasn't like they didn't really have a lot of chemistry. That's something that I heard. That's not me. That's not me saying that. That's stuff that I heard. I need to make sure that's clear. That's stuff that I heard talking to other people.
I'm saying what I've seen the girl in. She has one note. Now, if she can play that one note well, great. But for me, she has one note, and one note isn't good for a lead.
But also, not that I want to be a gossip monger, but the thing is, one of the things that happened with, when Ruby Rose got, left the show, was a lot of people talked about her behind the scenes, her behind the scenes candor and the way she acted towards people behind the scenes. So I will say that could be the reason why a lot of the performances suffered because I will say that. And again, that's not me trying to be a gossip monger, but I saw so many entertainment journalists throwing shade towards Batwoman when that happened, and that kind of, along with that news, kind of holds up that visual. But I will say, now that you have someone like Javicia, who, from all accounts of what I've heard, is very pleasant to work with on set. She's always, on time. She's like on top of her game. She delivers when she needs to.
Yeah.
I think that behind the scenes, if you have better energy behind the scenes, a lot of people, that's going to help with the performances.
Yeah.
Especially when you have someone like, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but like,
oh no, you go ahead.
A lot of the cast, Cameron Johnson, who plays Luke Fox, he's like overjoyed that they got Javicia. Nicole Mason from Supergirl is like, oh my god, I can't believe this. Even people like Tristan Mays on MacGyver is like, this is amazing. So I think that they're
like, I ain't even in the universe.
But she's not even in the universe, but she's like, because they all work, together, and they all know each other. So it's like, they're going to be, I think that is going to permeate into the show, and we're going to see, pending writing, better performances.
Word up. Well, that's it, guys. That's it. We ain't gonna hold y'all too long. If you were watching it, are you gonna keep watching it? If you
do you have any thoughts? Not to interrupt you, because I know a lot of people are. It seems like
I think I aired everything out. One, the writing better be on point, because this is a black person that you're dealing with. Black first. First. I'm just saying, black first. Your skin is what anyone knows before they know whatever relationship you have. So do not, I'm just saying, please, kind of like when Arrow wanted to do that gun violence episode, it's like, please, no, just no. We don't need you to do a Black Lives Matter episode. No, please don't do it. Just don't do it. You're not equipped to do it. So that's my only thing. Get some black writers if you ain't already got them. You know what I'm saying? So they know what's up. You know what I'm saying? Black first. Yo, if somebody's driving down the street and they pull you over, before they know anything, they know you black. And I'm just going to say that. I'm going to just leave it honestly right there. So we need some black writers. I know y'all already got LGBTQ writers, because y'all made a huge deal about that in season 1. So y'all got that covered. So please do not screw this up. Because I'm pretty sure what they're going to do, you're going to package this with Black Lightning and run it right after Black Lightning, or you're going to run this right after All American or something like that. You're going to try to spread those out or put those in the same night or something like that. So if you want this to be a lead-in, don't let it lead into something whack. That's the first thing.
And I will say,
go ahead.
No, you got, no, I don't want to stop the tangent. Go ahead.
Tailor the fight scenes to someone who is that size. Stop trying to make the fight scenes work for someone who's like 250 all muscle. There's people that are small that are able to fight. They just have to fight differently. Like when you have someone, especially like Ruby, that was throwing like a dude from here all the way to, it's like, come on.
I know that's one of your big criticisms. Yeah.
Modify the moves, or hire an actress that's but like I said, between Wonder Woman and Black Panther, there's tons of women that are muscular, tall, and all. So there's no excuse. So now you have someone who has a little height. You know what I'm saying? Tailor it to fit her so she doesn't look weird fighting.
Fair.
But yeah, the writing's dope, fighting's dope. I think I can get past some of the production issues when it comes to CW, because it's not as bad as Tyler Perry. But I will give the first, say, 2 to 3 episodes a chance. I'll give them a chance.
And and honestly, every comic book geek who's aware of this show is going to be watching, because they're going to be like, what's up with this?
Yeah, because there's either going to be, they watch it because they want to see it go well, or the ones that want to watch it to hate on it.
That. And honestly, I'm going to be those ones. Keeping up in mind. But I will say the other thing that I want for Javicia is one of the things that, being on Twitter, being on social, and working in the industry, I've heard that a lot of black women have issues getting people who can work with black hairstyles.
Oh yes, please.
They're gonna need that. She's gonna need that.
Someone who can hook my sister's hair up. Don't be man.
I mean, and granted, I'm a man saying that, but that's one thing that I think. Who is it? Matthew Cherry, who won an Oscar for Hair Love earlier this year, put a tweet out, and a lot of people are like responding to that tweet about Black women's hairstyles and getting that on set. So I think that's something that we're like, I would love to see for her. Like we probably won't know, but like I would love to see that for her.
Don't have no dumb wigs on. Look, hey, don't do it. Don't do it. Do not do it. Don't put no dumb wigs on her. I'm telling you now, CW, don't do it. So, guys, with that said, holler at us. We'll holler at you down in them comments. Let's talk about Batwoman and electronic candles. Also, to my right or left, however you're seeing this, however it flips it, Clement Bryant, say what's up.
It's good. Follow me, Twitter, Instagram at Clement Bryant. What's up? What you laughing about?
What's good?
Man, my energy is zapped. Like literally, I've been following everything. Like literally, the moment people like my Black Lightning cast like group chat was like, "Oh my God, what's going on?" Everybody was just like talking nonstop, and so like my energy is zapped. And I gotta go to the gym later.
Oh yeah, you gotta get that workout on.
Bro,
on my side, of course, NERD, SOUL, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all them places. Spotify for music. Podcast to get you listening on. YouTube is the hub. Hit that thumbs up. Hit subscribe. You can hit that thumbs down. But if you do, I'm going to send Javicia after you. All right? And she's already getting training. They be training with the sticks. They be training, do all kinds of stuff. All right? So she's going to be able to hurt you. All right? For real. So, with that said, before we bounce, thanks for watching. From us to you, we're saying peace.
Peace.
We out.